If anything feels strange in your relationship and your instinct alerts you that things aren't quite right, you really have to watch this video. She could seem quiet or detached. If you're looking for a committed relationship, you could ignore possible red flags, especially if you wish to find out whether she has had numerous partners in the past. Today I will assist you in spotting some important warning signals to be on. These 10 signals will help you to understand her background. Remember, this is about finding the correct person dedicated to a long-term commitment and not evaluating her based on your feelings. Thus, stay around to decide whether following this relationship is worth it or if it would be more prudent to turn away. 1. She's highly comfortable with physical intimacy. When you first become intimate with someone, it's natural to feel a mix of excitement and nervousness. However, if your partner is unusually comfortable and confident in the bedroom from the start, it might make you wonder about her past experiences. For instance, if she initiates intimacy with ease, takes control, or is very knowledgeable about what she likes, it could indicate that she has had significant sexual experience. But it's important to recognize that comfort with physical intimacy doesn't automatically equate to a long sexual history. Some people are naturally more open and confident when it comes to their sexuality. They might be more in tune with their desires and less inhibited, which can lead to a more intense initial experience. What to do? Don't rush to conclusions based solely on this. Instead, consider this in the context of the rest of your relationship. Talk to her about how she views intimacy and whether it aligns with your expectations. If you're feeling uncertain, express your feelings and see how she responds. If she is open and communicative, that's a positive sign that she values the relationship and is willing to ensure you're both on the same page. 2. She avoids emotional connection. Emotional connection is the cornerstone of a healthy long-term relationship. It allows partners to support each other through challenges and grow together. If your partner consistently avoids deep, meaningful conversations and keeps things superficial, it might be a sign she's guarding herself emotionally. This could be due to past experiences where she was hurt or because she's not fully invested in the relationship. For example, if you try to discuss your feelings or plans for the future and she changes the subject or dismisses your concerns, this could indicate that she's not ready or willing to build a deeper bond. Some women who have had multiple past relationships may find it difficult to connect emotionally again, fearing that vulnerability will lead to more pain. What to do? Be patient, but also clear about your emotional needs. Have an honest conversation about how important emotional intimacy is to you. If she continues to avoid emotional connection despite your efforts, it may be a sign that the relationship isn't on equal footing emotionally. In such cases, it's crucial to evaluate whether this relationship meets your needs or if it's time to consider moving on. 3. She tells vague or inconsistent stories. Honesty and transparency are vital in any relationship. If your partner's stories about her past are inconsistent or vague, it might raise questions about her honesty. For example, she might tell you one version of a story one day, only to change significant details the next time it comes up. Or she may mention different exes in varying contexts that don't align. This inconsistency could be due to a desire to hide certain aspects of her past, perhaps because she fears judgment or doesn't want to reveal the full extent of her previous relationships. On the other hand, some people are naturally less forthcoming about their pasts, preferring to focus on the present and future. What to do? If you notice these inconsistencies, approach the subject gently. Let her know that you value honesty and that you've noticed some contradictions in her stories. Give her the opportunity to clarify. If she responds with honesty and fills in the gaps, that's a good sign. However, if she continues to be vague or defensive, it might indicate deeper issues that could undermine trust in the relationship. 4. She frequently cancels plans at the last minute. Consistency is key in building trust and reliability in a relationship. If your partner regularly cancels plans at the last minute, it can be frustrating and might make you feel undervalued. While occasional cancellations are understandable, everyone has unexpected things come up. Frequent cancellations, especially with vague excuses, can signal that something is off. For instance, if she often claims to have last-minute work meetings, unexpected visits from friends, or other sudden obligations yet doesn't provide much detail, it might suggest she's prioritizing something else over the relationship. This pattern of behavior could indicate that she's not as invested in the relationship as you are, or that she's keeping other parts of her life separate from you. What to do? Address the issue directly but calmly. Let her know how her frequent cancellations make you feel and ask if there's something more going on. If she values the relationship, she should be willing to explain and make an effort to improve. If the pattern continues despite your discussions, it might be a sign that she's not fully committed and it may be time to reconsider the relationship. 5. She constantly compares you to previous partners. Being compared to an ex can be uncomfortable and unfair. If your partner frequently makes comparisons between you and her past partners, Whether it's about your appearance, habits, or even your relationship dynamics, it can create feelings of inadequacy or resentment. These comparisons can be subtle, like commenting on how you do something differently from her ex, or more direct, like criticizing you for not measuring up in some way. This behavior can suggest that she hasn't fully moved on from her past relationships, or that she's holding you to standards set by previous partners. It's natural for people to reflect on past relationships, but continually comparing you to her exes can undermine your self-esteem and the foundation of your relationship. What to do? Make it clear that these comparisons are hurtful, and that you deserve to be appreciated for who you are, not measured against someone from her past. If she understands and makes an effort to stop, that's a positive sign. However, if she continues to make these comparisons, it might indicate that she's not truly ready to be with you, and it could be a red flag for the future of the relationship. 6. She's secretive about her phone. In today's world, where so much of our personal lives are conducted through our phones, how someone handles their phone can be telling. If your partner is unusually secretive about her phone, keeping it face down, quickly changing screens when you're near, or getting defensive when you ask to use it, it can raise suspicions. This behavior might suggest that she's hiding something. Whether it's communication with exes, conversations she doesn't want you to see, or other aspects of her life she's keeping private. However, it's also important to remember that everyone deserves a certain level of privacy, and some people are simply more protective of their personal space. What to do? Approach the topic with care. Instead of demanding to see her phone, express how her secretive behavior makes you feel and ask if there's anything she's worried about sharing. If she reassures you and her behavior changes over time, that's a good sign. But if she continues to be secretive or becomes defensive, it could be a sign that there are trust issues in the relationship that need to be addressed. 7. She's extremely conscious of her appearance. It's natural for people to care about their appearance, especially when they're in a new relationship. However, if your partner seems excessively focused on how she looks, spending a lot of time on her appearance, frequently checking herself in mirrors, or obsessing over how others look, it might indicate that she places a high value on physical appearances, possibly due to past experiences. This behavior can be a sign that she's primarily concerned with surface-level qualities in a relationship, rather than deeper emotional connections. If she's constantly comparing her looks or yours to others, it might suggest that she's not fully confident in the relationship, or that she's still influenced by past partners. What to do? Talk to her about how this focus on appearance affects you and the relationship. If she's receptive and willing to discuss deeper, more meaningful aspects of the relationship, that's a positive sign. However, if she remains overly focused on appearances and it's causing strain, it might indicate that she's not as interested in building a deeper connection, which could be a red flag for the future. 8. She avoids talking about sexual health. Open and honest communication about sexual health is crucial in any relationship. If your partner avoids discussing this topic, it might suggest she's uncomfortable or hiding something related to her past. Whether it's about sexually transmitted infections, STIs, birth control, or past sexual experiences, these are important conversations that need to happen to ensure both partners feel safe and respected. Her reluctance to discuss sexual health might stem from embarrassment, fear of judgment, or a desire to avoid revisiting past relationships. However, avoiding these conversations can lead to misunderstandings or risks in the relationship. What to do? Approach the subject with sensitivity and emphasize that it's about mutual care and respect, not judgment. If she's willing to engage in this discussion and address any concerns, that's a good sign that she's taking the relationship seriously. But if she continues to avoid the topic or gives vague answers, it might indicate that she's not being fully transparent, which is something you need to consider when deciding the future of the relationship. 9. She avoids introducing you to her friends. Meeting each other's friends is an important step in a relationship, as it allows you to see different sides of your partner and how they interact with important people in their life. If your partner is hesitant or outright avoids introducing you to her friends, it could be a sign that she's hiding something, perhaps aspects of her past or her current life that she doesn't want you to know about. For example, she might be worried that her friends will reveal details about her previous relationships, or she could be keeping certain parts of her life separate because she's not fully committed to the relationship. What to do? Talk to her about why she's hesitant to introduce you to her friends. Let her know that meeting the important people in her life is important to you, and see how she responds. If she's open to introducing you once she feels more comfortable, that's a positive sign. However, if she continues to avoid it without a clear reason, it might indicate that she's not fully committed to the relationship, or that there are aspects of her life she's not willing to share with you. 10. Her priorities change and she excludes you. In any relationship, it's important for both partners to feel valued and included in each other's lives. If you notice that your partner's priorities have shifted and she's excluding you from important aspects of her life, whether it's spending time with friends, pursuing hobbies, or making future plans, it could be a sign that she's distancing herself from the relationship. This change in behavior might suggest that she's no longer as invested in the relationship or that she's exploring other possibilities. For example, if she suddenly starts spending more time with friends and less with you, or if she makes future plans that don't include you, it could indicate that she's not seeing the relationship as a long-term commitment. What to do? Have an open and honest conversation about your feelings and concerns. Ask her if there's something on her mind or if her feelings about the relationship have changed. If she's willing to talk about it and work on the relationship, that's a positive sign. However, if she continues to exclude you or doesn't seem interested in addressing the issue, it might be a sign that the relationship isn't headed in the direction you want, and you may need to reconsider your future together. In conclusion, these signs aren't definitive proof of anything, but they can be indicators of potential issues in a relationship. It's important to approach these topics with sensitivity and understanding, and to communicate openly with your partner. If you find that many of these signs are present in your relationship and they're causing you distress, it might be worth considering whether the relationship is meeting your needs and if it's built on a foundation of mutual trust and respect.